Hello everybody, Assassinator here with a brand new video series that I'm just starting right now. Now all of you have followed me on my finds and buy videos. You know I'm into collecting Switch stuff. Switch games, Switch accessories, Switch systems, boxes, displays. It don't matter what it is. If it's Switch related, if it's genuine Nintendo, I collect it. So I decided, you know what? Let's stop with the finds and buys for my Switch items because I get so much of it, and let's dedicate a whole series to it. So I came up with Switch hunting. So in this first episode of Switch hunting, I'm basically just going to give you an overview of all the Switch items, systems, games, and collectibles that I've already picked up for this system before we move on to actually what I found this week. So let's begin. Now I decided to do this in kind of like slideshow format so that I can basically talk a little bit more about the pictures after actually taking them. So to begin, we got in the background, you got that Hori Real Arcade Pro fighting stick. Right there is the first and only, as of this video, fighting stick for dedicated Nintendo Switch people. So really cool theme. I did an unboxing of that, so go ahead and check that out if you want to know more about it. But really cool, really expensive, $150, but I believe it was worth it because I only paid $100. You know how I do it. Then we got obviously the double pack red neon controllers and the double pack blue neon controllers. These things were sold out since launch, very hard to find. People were scalping them for about 135 plus. I happen to find these for pretty cheap, so I'm really happy with them. I mean, I'm getting these things at 80 bucks for both of them, not each, 80 bucks for both. I got a score right there. So once again, great deal, great finds, and that's what I'm trying to bring to this video, showing you that you can find these things. You just gotta have patience and you gotta be persistent. You gotta keep on checking out the apps. You gotta be on multiple apps. You just gotta do what you gotta do in order to get these things cheap. Then we have the Mario Plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle Collector's Edition. This thing cost me 100 bucks. Obviously, I was only able to get it from GameStop because it was a GameStop exclusive, but it has a lot of cool, I guess, items packaged inside. And if you want to see the unboxing for that, once again, I got a video for it, so check it out. And then not only do I have the sealed, brand new, crisp, never been touched Collector's Edition, I have the Standard Edition, which is the copy that I play with. So you see that right there also. Not too bad, you know, gotta have one that I collect, gotta have one that I play with, you know, things like that. So let's move on to the next. And then what we have next is some Splatoon 2 items. The first is the standalone American US version game, which I have right there. I always put everything in a little protector right there just to keep dust and stuff off of it. But in the background is kind of more rare, at least more rare here in the US. It is the Splatoon 2 edition Nintendo Switch box. Just the box, nothing else, none of the system, the controllers, nothing came in this box. It was just an empty box, which I got from some army person at some army base here in the US. Basically what it is they were deployed out there in Japan. They picked this thing up. They decided they no longer wanted it. So I went ahead and picked it up. And the thing about this is out in Japan, because Splatoon 2 is so big, or Splatoon, the Splatoon universe is so big there in Japan that they actually sold the box for $5 separately. So that's pretty much what I got, is I got a $5 box, which is a really cool collector's piece. I probably wouldn't have picked it up if I would have known that we were getting a Walmart exclusive Splatoon 2 edition Nintendo Switch out here in America, but I picked it up nonetheless, so a really cool display piece. Now here we go, another collector's edition. This time it is the Sonic Mania collector's edition. Still brand new, still unopened, still have not touched it other than the outside of the box, which I try not to touch too much because that black just has fingerprints showing up on it all the time, but still a really cool collector's piece right there. I do plan to open this up and actually redeem the download code for the Sonic Mania game in the future, but that's when I actually get some time to play it. I figure, why open it up, why download a game that I'm not going to spend time on playing, because right now there's just so much greatness when I have actually time to play some great Switch games. So I have not actually got to play this, but once again, a really cool collector's item. And then to the right of that, you also see the LAN adapter. So for those of you who complain about your internet sucks, you're constantly getting dropped, especially when you're playing games like Splatoon. If you're at home, put your system in the dock and run an Ethernet cable from your router to your Switch. Now, in order to do that, you need an adapter like this. You can use some aftermarket ones, which are kind of sketchy. Some of them work, so kind of check out some reviews maybe online about which ones actually work with the Switch, because I had purchased one that was a 3.0, because this is just a 2.0. So one that was a 3.0 and it did not work. So therefore, luckily, I was able to return it, and so I ended up picking this thing up pretty cheap. I actually opened it up. I actually am using one of those. So when I do my streaming, I don't ever drop or lose signal with the, I guess, the servers, anything like that, because I got an Ethernet. So make sure that this is something that you go ahead and get, whether it be this one or an aftermarket one. Just make sure that it will work on your system, because you would hate to spend $20, $30 for something that won't work. There's plenty of reviews out there. I did see other ones that I could have picked up, but you know what? Keep it genuine, Nintendo, because you know I'm a collector, so that's what I do. Alright, so here we go. The next items, the ones that are starting to get really good, and of course it's because one of them is a Nintendo Switch. This is the box for my Day 1 edition, March 3rd pickup, Nintendo Switch. Now, I purchased the gray Joy-Con edition just because back then I didn't believe that the neon edition really looked that good. I didn't know that they looked so good until I actually saw them in person, and then after that I was like, you know what, I got to get that neon blue and neon red Joy-Cons because they just look so nice. So we got that system there, once again with the protector on it, because that's why I try to do it. I try to keep everything protected if they make a protector for it. Then starting from the left, we got the Joy-Con gray strap. Gotta have that, you know, only runs, you know, I think it's like $8 if you want to buy it brand new. Then some gray Joy-Cons, the standalone double gray Joy-Cons. Have to have those things brand new and sealed, along with the brand new sealed Pro controller, the OG Pro controller. No, it is not the Splatoon 2 version. No, it is not the new Xenoblade version coming out. It's the OG one, but still, nonetheless, very cool. I'm going to collect it as a collector's item. Gotta do it big. Alright, so I skipped the shelf, which if you saw in the last image, there were some items there at the bottom which you could probably make out what they were, and I skipped them, but I'll talk about that a little later, and then we'll get back to that. But right now, let's go ahead and focus on this shelf. What I got on this shelf is a brand new sealed Skylanders Imaginators starter set. So with this starter set, I have not opened it. I have played Skylanders before. I have played the Toys to Life games plenty of times, and they're a lot of fun, even though they are more kid games, I would say, but still a whole lot of fun. Obviously, I don't have time to play it, so that's why I just leave it sealed. I only paid, I think it was like $20 for this game, so still a really good price. I know the price has dropped on it, but still, you cannot find this thing for $20 brand new. Now, to the right of that, we got ARMS, a Nintendo Switch, brand new IP. Really good game, really fun. I won't say for everyone to go out and buy it because it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but still really fun. I do plan to play that with the Assassin Squad, so look forward to that in my streams. But what I have streamed recently and had a whole lot of fun streaming is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now this game right here, if you owned it on the Wii U or played it on the Wii U, don't pass this game up. This game is great. This is the best Mario Kart game out there. Online works butter smooth. My drifts are butter smooth. You know, that's just the way I do it. Now, I have been playing with the Assassin Squad. They have been dominating me. I have won overall one of the events that we did, but overall, I'm not, I guess, getting lucky. I get in first place, I'm holding on to first place, blue shell comes. They still can't catch up to me, then all of a sudden red shells start coming because all I get is coins. So, you know, little things like that make it where the game is more or less, it's fun no matter how you look at it. It's just frustrating losing because of things like that, but it's, what I would say is 90% luck, 10% skill. And I got all the skill there is in the world, but I just don't got the luck on my side for the most part. But still, a whole lot of fun to play, and one of those top picks that if you just bought yourself a Switch, get this game. Obviously, don't get it over Zelda or over Mario Odyssey, but make this like your third game if you like those other two. So let's move on to the next. Now on this shelf, I got quite a few Nintendo Switch games, and every single one of these is brand new sealed, never used, never opened, never gotta feel our bad air here in California touching those cases. It gets a touch the outer plastic, but that's all. So let's go and start off with Puyo Puyo Tetris. I hear that's a really good game, but once again, never really got to play it. I have played old school Tetris, so really fun there, but never played this one. This is the version that has an outer box, and in that outer box, it also houses 2 keychains. One is a Tetris piece, and one is a Puyo Puyo piece. So once again, really cool game, something you should look into, but we're going to go to the next game, which is 1-2 Switch. I hear kind of mixed reviews on this. I hear it's not worth the money, but I only paid 20 bucks for it, so I'm pretty sure it's worth that price. And especially because I'm a collector and I'm going to pay, you know, whatever for every single game that ever comes out for this system, at least at this point, as long as my budget doesn't run out. And so basically with that game, it's a really good motion control game that utilizes the Joy-Cons to their max. Then we got Lego City Undercover. Lego City Undercover, I heard was a really good game, but I know that when this game came out for the Switch, it had technical issues. So never got around to playing that. It's like a Lego Grand Theft Auto from what I know. Then we got the physical edition of, what is that? Has Been Heroes. Has Been Heroes is a game that only came out as physical form at GameStops here in the US. I don't know in other countries where you can buy them, but here in the US, you can only get it from GameStop, and it only came out for the price of $19.99, which isn't bad. I was able to pick mine up for $9.99 because they did have a sale on it. The sale lasted a week. I posted a video. Hopefully some of you got the game if you wanted to get the game for that $10. And obviously I use a copy of it. I got a second copy so I can actually torture it. So if you watch some of my washer machine, clothes washer versus the game, Will It Survive? And then dishwasher versus the game, Will It Survive? And I plan to do another one here in the future, so if you like those, I guess that content, come back and check it out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Then up next, we have an Ultra Street Fighter 2 copy, the Final Challengers. Now, I did open my original one. This is not my original one. I did trade a friend who was going to open theirs up because I don't really play Street Fighter anymore. So therefore, I traded him a copy of it. Johnny G, shout outs to Johnny G, really cool like that. So I traded him my open copy so I can have a brand new sealed copy because like I said, I collect them and I'm not going to play it anymore, or I don't think I'm going to play it anymore. So I might as well have a brand new sealed copy if I can. Then up next, we got the high-priced, overpriced, should not buy unless you're really into Just Dance 2017. Don't know why this is a $60 game. These games should come out at like maybe 30 bucks. But you know what? I guess it's a big enough seller because Ubisoft keeps putting them out every year. I know they got a 2018 version coming out. And so I guess a lot of people like to get down to that. That's just not my cup of tea. Then we got Bomberman R. Super Bomberman R. Can't forget that super because obviously it means really good. That game has had quite a few updates that have made it worth buying, worth purchasing. I, once again, just don't have the time to play it. But that might be a game I might actually open up and start getting down on. Especially if I can get down with the Assassin Squad. If they got the game, I might actually do that. Then next, after that, we got Cave Story Plus. This one is really good. I've never played Cave Story. I know it's come out a bunch of times, but I've never have played it until I got it for the Switch. Now this is a closed copy. This one is a first edition copy, first print, whatever you want to call it, because this one comes with the bonus CD, the manual, you know, whatever else came in there. I think maybe stickers, not exactly sure. But this one is great. This one is the collectible edition, basically, because it came with all that. Now, the one I did play was I had bought a cartridge, a standalone cartridge. I played that one. I ended up turning around and selling it for the same price that I played, or that I paid, not played. Once again, my English just giving out right there. But really good game. I would really recommend it. It's only 30 bucks. If you are one of those gamer reward people from Best Buy, you can get it more for like $25. But I highly suggest you play this game if you've never played a version of it before. I know all the versions are basically the same. The only difference in this one is I think they upped the graphics. I know they upped the soundtrack, stuff like that. But it has a whole lot of content to it. So it is up there on the must play, must buy, must rent. I don't know, must just get it into your system and have fun with it. Now, the last game on the shelf, not on the list, on the shelf is Disgaea 5. Or Disgaea 6. Sky 5 to Sky 6, I have no idea. I can't see it from here, and I don't know because I never really got into that series. I don't even know if that's a series. I mean, it has a 5 or 6 at the end, so therefore I would think it's a series, but not exactly sure. It's more of a, what do you call it, more like an anime series, it seems more like. Brand new sealed, never played it, probably will never play it unless I pick up like a loose copy, but I'm probably not going to open it up just to kind of give a little review of it because it doesn't seem like something I'd actually play. But still, one of those things. It's an addition to my Switch collection. I gotta have it. Picked it up dirt cheap, 20 bucks. So, had to get it. Let's move on to the next shelf. So I know this video is kind of running a little long, but I still got a lot more to show you. I've just, like I said, I've been collecting this Switch stuff. I've been out there on the grind, getting this stuff, paying sometimes MSRP, but they're for items that I feel that I will not be able to find for cheaper. So, we're gonna go with, to start off, the Splatoon 2 headset, the one that looks like an accessory from Splatoon 2. I know because I got those for my character, but it's basically a chat headset. So really cool, one of those things that you can utilize the Nintendo app for that. What is that called? The Splatnet 2. You can utilize that so you can chat with friends while playing. I have not opened this one. I will not open this one. I did not get very many good reviews. I mean, it probably looks better than it actually is. So we'll just leave it at that. Still a really cool collector's piece. Then in front of that, in the front to the right a little bit, we got those Super Mario thumbstick protectors. They're little thumbstick covers. You got the Luigi, the Mario, the Toad, and the Star. A 4-pack right there. I believe I paid like $7 or $8 for them. Basically, got them at a good deal. I mean, that's not too high a price. Still, I got them nonetheless, and that's all that matters. Brand new sealed, will not be using those either. I do have stick protectors on my Switch currently, but the reason why I have those Switch protectors is because they're in the background. You can barely see it. The carrying case I got was a Mario Brothers one, the one with the red and white M on the cover of it. It came with the screen protector, which you need a screen protector, the cleaning cloth. It came with Joy-Con protectors, red Joy-Con protectors. We'll call those the red condoms. And then it came with red Mario logo thumbstick covers. So that's the thumbsticks that I use, or the thumbstick covers, because I don't really use my Joy-Cons that are attached to the system. I'm usually always using a Pro controller. So I don't know why they're on there, but you know what? It came with it, might as well use it. Got those day one, so that's how it is. Then to the right of those, we got the Binding of Isaac Plus. Now this one is a day one first print edition. It is open. I have never played. I did pop it in my system. I got my Nintendo rewards for that, but other than that, I have not played it. I have had requests for it, so I do plan to play it, especially because it's an open one. But it was brand new when I got it. The thing is, the person never played it. They didn't redeem the codes or anything like that. So I got the stickers, I got the manual, I got everything in great condition right there. The only thing is, it is not sealed. Now they do have a blue cover edition, which is like a second edition or something like that, that doesn't come with, I guess, all those special goodies. I do plan to still get, but obviously that thing has to be pretty cheap in order for me to spend my money on it. Then to the right of that, we got another $60 great game. No, I'm just kidding. That game sucks right there. Do not buy cars. Not for no 60 bucks. Basically, I spent about 20 bucks after, it was either 15 or 20. I can't really remember what it is for it because I bought the cartridge alone and then I bought the case separately on eBay. So I think it might have came out to right around 20 bucks, something right around there. So not too bad for 20 bucks. It's open. I did play it. I did stream it. It did suck. At least for me. That is just not my type of game. I saw a review, and it was a review by an adult who actually said it was a good game. I didn't really look into it too much, but you know, I still picked it up cheap, so that's the reason why I picked it up. And then I happened to stream it, and it was like, man, this thing is boring. Man, this thing is repetitive. Man, I feel bad for anyone who paid $60 for this game, unless they're a little kid. A little kid might find some enjoyment, but you know what? Buy Mario Kart. If you're gonna spend the money, buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Way better of a racing game. Then to the right of that, another finds and buy item right there. Found that, got that from, I believe it was OfferUp, really cheap. It's just basically a 24 cartridge carrying case for your Nintendo Switch games. I'll never utilize that once again because I don't even have 24 games that I actually have played for the Nintendo Switch, but still another item. Great to have in your collection. Alright, so here we got 3 to 4 items, depends on how you look at it. So the first one is the Joy-Con charging dock. runs roughly about $30 MSRP. I think I've seen it drop down to like 25 on sale. Same with the Joy-Con charging grip, which is the best way. If you use a Joy-Con grip, the best way to charge your Joy-Cons. So you can actually be using the Joy-Cons in the grip and actually charging your Joy-Cons right there. Now, I have an open version of the charging grip, which you'll see a little later. I kind of use that as like a display thing. But then to the right of that, we have the red Joy-Con grip. Now, I have one out of box and one brand new in box. So don't think that that one that's out of box is actually the one from inside that box. No, I got one brand new because I use these grips as basically ways to show off the Joy-Cons. So I just have not found a good enough looking Joy-Con that go with the red, because the neon red don't go with it, the neon blue don't go with it, the neon pink don't go with it, the neon green might, but that's only, you know, one half of the Joy-Cons. So I can't really just use that to display it yet. So let's move on to the next. So now we got some steering wheels right here. So we got the Mario and Luigi steering wheel, the Joy-Con steering wheel, which you utilize it in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Really cool looking, I guess different. They're different than the one to the right, which is the double pack of just the standard black ones, which are kind of small, kind of cheap, stuff like that. But nonetheless, they're all pretty cool collector's pieces. Just the Mario one and Luigi one are actually, you know, the ones that stand out. They're really cool. I like that red. I like that green. I like on the back, I had shown you in my unboxing video, the Mario Kart logo back there. You got the Mario M, the Luigi Ow. So just all in all, really cool items right there. Now the basic controllers are just, you know, they're just basic. You know, the basic, not controllers, the basic steering wheels. They're just really basic. Now to the right of that, on this shelf, the last item, that is one of those things I just do not understand Nintendo's thought on this. They add I guess a more comfortable grip, but to actually put, you know, the batteries in it and use batteries, I just do not see why anyone would do that. I mean, nowadays you got battery packs that can actually charge your Switch, which then in turn charge your Joy-Cons. I don't see why they would actually come out with this. I mean, to me, they should have just made it, you know, more of a grip accessory, or maybe a secondary pack. So maybe instead of you getting, you know, 10 hours or 20 hours, however long it is that you get from your Joy-Cons when they're not connected to your Switch, maybe it doubles the amount of time. That should have been what it is. But to use AA batteries was just, I just do not see where Nintendo's thought was there, whether mine was, you know, right there. They had a brain fart. Don't get too mad at Nintendo, they're still cool. So let's move on to the next shelf. Now here on the shelf is just kind of basic. It is a basic, neon Switch version right there. And then in front I kind of use, as you can see, that is where I use an open version, an open one that I have of the Joy-Con charge grip. And you can kind of see by that little port on the top if you can make that out. But I kind of use these just as ways to display the Joy-Cons. And I don't slide them down all the way just so I can, you know, mix and match them as fast as I want to do it. I don't have to take any time. So I kind of leave it like that. But once again, you got the box for the neon Switch in a protector. And that box right there is empty, you know, just the cardboard, the foam, the plastic, just all the basic stuff that came in, but everything else is gone. That system went to somebody else already. So let's move on to the next shelf. Hopefully it's a little more fun to see. Okay, so this shelf is a little bit more eye candy than the last, but still does not have that oomph, does not just pop out, but that neon yellow does look pretty nice. I call it banana yellow, but let's go and start off from the left. So on the left, we have the black comfort grip. Now this one is the one that's made by Power A. So this is not the genuine Nintendo one that comes with it. I always thought that the one that came with the Nintendo Switch was black, but it's actually more like a gray color. So this nonetheless is still really cool. So I have that one brand new. Then to the right of that, I have an open black version, which once again, I use to display my banana yellow Joy-Cons. And then to the right of that, I have a sealed, never opened, neon yellow Joy-Cons. and then the neon yellow Joy-Con strap, because you know you got to keep it strapped. Now this shelf looks like a lot of colorful fun. So we'll go and start off with the left. The left, we got a brand new sealed Splatoon 2 Edition Pro controller. I gave one of these away. Basically, it was supposed to be when I hit 100 subscribers, but I ended up hitting like 400 subscribers. So I ended up giving one of these away. Congratulations to that person. Hopefully you're having as much fun with it and it's as comfortable to you as it is for me. I believe everyone should have a Pro controller. Even if it is not this, you know, neon green, neon pink one. I know a lot of people might not like that neon pink, but to me, it's still a really cool color. Then to the right of that, we'll go and leave the system alone until the end. To the right of that, we got the Power A Splatoon 2 version Joy-Con Comfort Grip. So I got one sealed inbox, which is a little bit behind, and one there in the front to help display how great the neon green and neon pink look. Now these neon green and neon pink, you could see the box there at the top. That is an open box, so there is nothing in the controller box up there, the Joy-Con box. I did open them up because they are a Japanese version, so I just wanted to basically open them up because I don't really collect too much stuff that isn't Nintendo of America, isn't US versions, but because I wanted that color selection right away, I went ahead and I purchased them, which was a really good buy right there, even though they end up coming out with a Walmart edition Nintendo Switch, which came with those neon controllers, and you can see that there in the back. Now that one is a brand new, never open, still has a brand new Switch, still has brand new Joy-Cons, still has that carrying case, a brand new unredeemed Splatoon 2 digital version of the full game of Splatoon 2. Still has all that brand new in the box. I still have not touched any of that, so I'm kind of leaving that as just a collector's piece unless I find like maybe a family member who would like it, and I'd probably give it to them at a really good deal. But obviously I want to keep certain things like the box, like the redeem code. I'll give them the code. I just want to keep that little piece of paper, and then obviously the carrying case, because you cannot in the US buy that carrying case alone. That one is kind of like a one-of-a-kind here in the US. In Japan you can buy it, but it's 30 bucks there in Japan, or at least according to PlayAsia, so it's probably a little cheaper than that, probably 20, but you know, PlayAsia, they got to make their money. So that's this roll, or this shelf. Let's move on to the next. We're getting close to the end, so bear with me and you'll see everything that I have for the Switch. Alright, so this is the last shelf that I'm going to be showing an image of, and on this shelf we got the red and blue neon straps, individually packaged neon straps. Then we got the standalone double pack of the neon red and neon blue Joy-Cons, the ones that go opposite if you got the neon red and blue Switch. So this is really cool because then you could obviously make the double red or double blue Switch if you wanted to do that. And I have it all on a genuine, came with my Nintendo Switch, comfort grip. So once again, I use these to display the Joy-Cons. I don't need any of these special stands or anything. These things work perfectly fine and they don't cost that much. So that's pretty much what I use for that. So after this, basically I don't have an image of it, and I'll tell you the reason why I don't have it. So it's a couple items. The couple items are the standard edition of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the Master Edition of Breath of the Wild, and the Special Edition of Breath of the Wild. And the reason why I didn't show those is because I couldn't get a good enough picture angle that wouldn't do a face reveal. So I had to keep from obviously doing my face reveal. I didn't want a body reveal either. So therefore, I did not take that picture, but everyone knows what the Master Edition looks like, the Special Edition, and the Standard Edition. So I got all three of those Zelda Breath of the Wild editions. The two of them are still the Special and the Master, and then obviously I use the Standard Edition to play. So really good game right there. Once again, that is in my top 3 games to buy for the Nintendo Switch. Obviously, my top ones for the Nintendo Switch, I'll say is, and this is in no particular order, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Mario Odyssey. I played Mario Odyssey, just a little bit of a demo, so really great game. I look forward to that one. So those are the top 3 games to buy for the Nintendo Switch if you haven't already purchased them. So let's go ahead and move on to my last, I guess, picture in this slide, which is a promotional, what do you call that? Display item. So let's move on to that. So the last but not least item is one of those that were in stores to display that the Nintendo Switch was coming out in March of 2017. You kind of see some Breath of the Wild images on there along with the Switch, but this is a standee. That's the, I guess, the name that they're given. It's a Nintendo Switch standee, and this thing is one of those things that most of the time these things get thrown away or they go up on eBay for a lot of money. So therefore, I ended up picking this thing up for dirt cheap. I mean, so cheap that, you know, I'm just glad I have it. I'm kind of looking for more. I know that there's a brand new one for the Walmart edition of Splatoon 2 Nintendo Switch. I would love to have that one. I'm trying to talk with some people about trying to get myself one of those. We'll see if that ends up coming to anything. But for right now, this is my one standee that I have. I am out there, like I said, looking for anything that is genuine Nintendo Switch items, genuine display things, games, consoles, boxes. It don't matter what it is. I'm out there collecting this Switch stuff. I'm hunting it down. So for any Switch items I do not have, just know I'm going after them. I'm gonna get them. You're gonna see me with the most massive Switch collection of anyone else. The only thing that could stop that is my budget. You know, my budget is probably the only thing that can stop it. But with me getting these things so cheap, I doubt that that's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna keep on collecting till the end of the Switch life cycle, and then I'll probably still be collecting items even after that I didn't manage to get. Right now I'm kind of behind on games, but I'm just waiting for those game prices just to drop. Now today, today's a Sunday, I actually purchased Troll and I, which is a bad game. I would not recommend anyone purchasing this game that wants a good gaming experience. This game I just hear is bad, like beyond bad, like worse than Cars bad. But I purchased it for $1.07. And I know you're asking, how'd you do that? At Best Buy today, this week, Troll and I for the Nintendo Switch is $20, $19.99. Minus my 20% that I get off at Best Buy because I'm a Gamer Rewards member, minus my $15 that I had in certificates, end up coming to $1.08. So I got to go pick that thing up. But right there, that's what I'm saying. These are type of things that I get at a great price. A regular $30 game, getting for $1.07. So that's it for this video. Let me know, what am I missing from my collection that I should really be on the lookout for? What do you have that maybe you feel I should have? Do you like my collection? Was this video too long? You know, this video was about 30 something minutes long, it seems like. So hopefully it wasn't too long. Hopefully you bared with me to the end so that now I can put out smaller Switch hunting videos from now on. So thank you for joining. Make sure to leave this video a thumbs up, and I hope to see you soon. Until next time, keep on collecting, 'cause Assassinator's out.